moved out of here, like get the building cleaned up, and then we'll start working on the next project that I've got lined up. And then we'll go from there. We'll probably go into a time lapse type deal while I tear it apart. But so next thing we're gonna have to do is we're gonna get the big Craftsman, and I gotta fix all this. Cows have destroyed that, but I gotta get the big Craftsman out of there and pull our next project out of the field. So we got all those moved out and everything pushed back out of the way. That is a lot softer than what it looks, and that's not too light of a mower, but I'll see if I can't get it out. We'll prop you up against something. And I mean, this is all just silt and clay all the way through there. And those ag tires, they plug up pretty quick and they don't like to come unclean. So yeah, this is a 80s GT 6000. Yes, it's got a really bad surge. No, I don't know why. It's got a brand new carburetor on it, brand new fuel. I'm thinking it's something to do with the governor. But yeah, I'll stop right here at the shop and get a strap, and we'll be on our way to grab the next project. We'll grab a strap and some clevises, and we'll be on the way. They should be big enough, but no, we're not going far. We're just going right over to the parts yard. This is the parts yard. I call it parts field. We're after that John Deere, if you can see it. This is all just lined with mowers. There'd be a lot of good projects here. I just ain't got the motivation or the energy to really work on any of them. Right there it is. I was told it's a 68 110. It does have the 110 badging on it, but I'm not sure what all's left on that mower, what all's good, what all's bad, so I just bought a new motor to replace on it. And plus this comes with I believe a little 10 horse. So what I'm wanting to do, I'd like to have a little more power. But yeah, this is it. I picked it up for, I think it was like 150 bucks off a buddy. Nothing special. It's all, I'd say it's all original, but I'd be lying. It's got some dinky little tires on the front just to roll it around with. I put this back here probably a year and a half ago now. It's just kind of sat since, but we're gonna get it hooked up and drug out of here, and I'll put a little time lapse on for that, trying to drag it out of here. But just a little bit better look at it. I am probably going to keep the rear tires on it. I'll probably throw tubes in them or something. They still seem to be okay tires. The fronts obviously are just little 6-inch. Originally it has 8-inch on the front. I'm probably going to put another set of 8-inch on the front. But supposedly this motor ran whenever I got it. I never tried it. I bought it and I put it in the field. It wasn't something I was hugely concerned about at the time. I just bought it because it was a good deal. But yeah, I'm hoping this works out good for what it's going to be, because I wouldn't have had to do any of that if I would have built this already. Well, we finally got it up here. May have tore up the yard a little bit, but it'll be all right. It'll grow back. Now the predicament is getting it into the building, because I can't necessarily pull all the way through, because that's a back door there. Yeah, so we'll figure out how to get it shoved up in there. I do have a front bumper for this I can put on it and shove it up in there with. I could potentially use the Pro Stock to shove it up in there with. I don't know, it's been having belt issues. I don't know if I want to use it exactly or not, but I don't know, we'll figure it out, and I'll cut back to when it's already in the building. So this is what I've came up with. All it is a chain hoist ran over to a strap to the front axle. I'm well aware this is not how this is supposed to be used, but it's a lot better than dragging it in by hand. But I picked it up for 50 bucks at Roll King. It's probably the best thing I've ever done. I use it pretty well all the time, especially with that. That there weighs close to 900 pounds by now. So, and I will post a picture of the if I get a video of it. I took it to work with me and weighed it, and I'll post a video of it if I have one. After fighting with it, we finally got it in the building. I'm gonna be kind of cautious, because whenever I was dragging it up here, I seen a bunch of red wasps from everything. I don't know if it was swarming this or if they were just swarming in general, but no, they were swarming this. All right, well, I'm gonna let them settle down for a few and see if I can't find any more. But in the meantime, while they're settling down, I'm gonna go get lunch and we'll be back. So before I decided to go inside, I went ahead and sprayed that nest, and it was a decent sized nest. I mean, it ain't gonna come back. This stuff right here, if y'all got wasps, hornet, it'll work for just about anything. I got mine at Home Depot. Yeah, it works. I mean, it kills them within a minute, if that. I mean, kind of crazy how good it works. So we just got back from lunch. Had that waiting for me whenever I opened the hood. But yeah, I mean, there's weeds and everything covering it all. We're gonna strip all of this out. Strip it down to a bare frame, essentially, maybe pop the fenders and whatnot off, and then we'll start getting the new 18 horse, I believe it's an Ace Up. It's an Amazon engine. It was on a good deal. From what I've seen, it's a Predator clone of the, I think it's a 420, but they have a lot of interchangeable parts between those and the Predators. And then we have the winch, but the winch is not for the front. The winch is going to get put on we're gonna be making a tow mower. Has a boom, has a working boom and everything. I seen the idea a while back on TikTok, and I've been wanting to do it ever since. I think this would be a good candidate for it. It's a good heavy cast iron mower. As far as like gearing and everything goes, I would like to swap a high-low rear end out of a wheel horse, but for right now we'll make do with this. I've heard these are pretty good for pulley swaps and everything like that, but as far as like off-road use or anything like that, I'm not exactly sure. But we'll get it drug up here a little bit closer where I can prop the phone up, and we'll start tearing it apart. As you can see, the motor's out. Really kind of grimy and dingy down in there, but overall there's not a lot of rust. But seeing the little tiny motor that came out of that compared to what's going to go in it is we're going to have to get creative. But we're going to go ahead and strip out the rest of this stuff in here, all of this electrical stuff. Probably take out the battery box. I'm going to try to reuse the original fuel tank. I think it's pretty cool. It's laying over there. If not, no big deal. That one came with one on it, or I have a plethora of fuel cells back here in the back. But yeah, we'll get started tearing the rest of this apart, seeing where we can go from there. And then potentially test fitting that motor there and here to see how it does, see how it fits. I don't know if y'all seen any of that on the time lapse, but that is supposed to be where the voltage regulator was, where I just took it off, and you seen me in the time lapse. But that is supposed to be like an epoxy. If it's anything like the newer ones, it's supposed to be like an epoxy that waterproofs the back side of that. And actually, I just threw it out here because I didn't want it in the building. I mean, there's nothing left in it. It's milky. As you can tell, the top of it's burned up. It's been fried a couple times, but no, I've never seen that before working on any of these, and I'll throw it back in the time lapse and get the rest of it knocked out. We're pretty much already there. We just got to remove this PTO engagement there, and that should be it. But overall, the more I'm looking at this, it's really not a bad tractor. There's the VIN tag for anybody who cares. It is not on the side. I originally thought it was a side tag 110, which are what I've seen is pretty hard to come by. So we got that all scraped out, cleaned up best we could for what it matters now. Kind of blew some of the rest of it off in here where we're going to be close to working at. But as far as I can see, these ones down here, I mean, they're all still good. That one might be a little locked up, but that one there, it's still good. Those, I believe, are just for the deck, because if you look right there, this pulley here, see if I can. This one here has a belt already on it that runs back to the transfer case, and then that one there feeds up to the motor. I'm guessing to where it was such an offset. We might do away with that. We might keep that. My idea behind keeping it is I can have a bigger motor pulley, and I can play with the pulleys right here, these two, and still have torque, but also still have a little bit of cruising gear in third and fourth. But we'll see. So, looking at this motor, this is a brand new motor. There's the tag. It has no oil on it. They're gonna put oil in it, and they gave me this funnel I gotta find up here. So I think it's right here. But we'll get it out. We'll hook a battery or a jump box up to it and see if it'll light off. I don't figure that it will. But also, something else I didn't see was there's a start and stop, which it's a push button. But there's no, having that start and stop, would it not kill the battery overnight having a draw on it? Or I'm not sure how that works. We'll figure it out here in the foreseeable future. But yeah, we'll throw some gas in her and give it a couple cranks, see if it lights off, see what it does. I'm hoping it just lights off, no big issue, but we will see. I mean, that was first start. I mean, I barely even... Oh, well, I jinxed it now, but... Okay, so that's pretty cool. So, that's hot. This back here is a start, stop, and then you have select. You can select, go through, you can see your RPM, you can see your hours on the motor, you can see hours till oil change, you can reset the hours on the oil change. And even if you don't have a battery hooked up to it, here, I'll show you. No battery, nothing involved, and it slung. I probably should have taken that off there to begin with. It slung the key somewhere. I don't know where it went, but there's a key zip tied right there. for that shaft. No big deal. I got a set screw that'll say it's fine. But yeah, I'm actually impressed. It started up first pull, no issue. I put gas in it. I put turned the choke on, put oil in it, pulled it, and it started right up. I probably shouldn't have been messing with the governor, seeming to tell it's a brand new motor. I figured there's a little bit of break-in time on them, but I was wanting to show people that you don't have to buy your motors. You don't have to buy a Predator motor for anything to preform, or you don't have to have a brand new Kohler V-twin or anything like that. This is going to do everything I need it to, and then some. Moving this thing around, and I got to look at the charging system on it. That's probably where I'll leave it for now. The next video, I'll be fitting the motor up. I'll be getting the rest of this cleaned up. I'll be getting good tires for it. This is something that's going to take, I'd say, at least a month, because this isn't something I have. I mean, I got the money to do it, but I'm not making any money off these videos yet. I was at a point where I could have at one point if I would have jumped on it, but I didn't jump on it in time, and now I'm back down to not being able to do anything. I mean, I can post them, and that's really all I'm doing it for. Is I'm wanting to show people that you don't have to spend $900 to $1,000 on a mower to go have fun. And this isn't necessarily a fun mower. This is going to be a working mower. I'm going to make a hitch setup for it and everything, but if it's kind of like a recovery mower, like an off-road recovery mower. I got that idea from Matt's Off-Road a while back when he built his world's largest off-road wrecker. And this might be the smallest off-road wrecker. I'm not saying that it is, but I'm not saying it's not. But yeah, we'll see you in the next part, and just stick around. It'll get posted here eventually. I've got work and everything going on. I've got a family and everything, so I can't dedicate my life to it yet. I would love to eventually. I'd love to make this my full-time thing. But realistically, odds of that happening are slim to none. But it's like I said, this is all just for fun. This is just something I do here on the side. I figured people would love to see how this was built. I'm sure there's people out there that's going to think it's cool. I mean, I grew up watching Doc Sprocket and all those, and Cars and Cameras. I still watch them. Red's 02 or 002, I can't remember now. It's been a while since I've seen him. But then Creepy Crawlers, obviously, all of them. And there's another one I can't remember. I'll tag it. I'll link all their channels down below. Really, where I've got all my ideas from, where I've wanted to do this, because I've been messing with these since I was 12 years old. I'm coming up on 10 years of messing with mowers, building mowers. And obviously I got some derby videos out. I've been running derby mowers since 2018. We're coming up on here in a couple years, it'll be 10 years since I started running mowers. So, but I figured it was a nice little post to make. I know it's not what you were really looking for, but stick with me. I'll try to get the next one up here in the next week or two, hopefully. But yeah, we'll see you next time.